Howdy, Possum Patty here. It is June 16th and I am nature journaling. It's a beautiful day. High pressure system in control, blue skies. It's in the 70s. Really nice day. As I was headed down to the old track, I spotted a dragonfly with spots. He had 3 spots on each of his 4 wings, or 12 spots. I think this must be the 12-spotted skimmer dragonfly. I wanted to check out a few plants I saw down by the old drain pipe. The first was a fern. So I stopped to look at this fern, and it might be a wood fern. I've been looking for some wood ferns I know that's growing around here somewhere. And this one's making spores. You can see the sori in the back. And what I would have to do would be to come back late in the fall after all the other ferns have died back and see if it's still green, because the wood fern is evergreen. While there, I decided that I had to map the unknown. Lewis and Clark encountered many different plants and animals to record in their journals, and they didn't always know what they were. But they observed and they recorded. I took a note of the red maple tree down in that area. I just decided to stop and do some mapping. So you can see the house way in the background, and this is the old track. And I came to the drain pipe, and I noted in my journal this rock with a very big lichen on it. I came across a rock with a huge green lichen on it. It's probably safe to say that this is a rock green shield lichen. I used my little fairy for measurement. She's about 8 inches tall. I put her next to the lichen so you can see the size of the lichen. And next to that is this maple tree with a double trunk. So I sketched that in. And what was interesting to me was that many of the red maples in this wet area seem to have multiple trunks and very high roots. I wonder if this is common of red maples in a wet area. The last thing I looked at was a little rock covered with moss. And I was looking at this moss over here. But I'm going to have to look it up I think they call that a pleurocarp moss. It kind of lays down and makes a mat. But I'll look that up. I didn't bring books outside. I know I've come across this moss before. It's a pleurocarp, which means the stems grow flat and the branches come up. And looking at it under the zoomie, I saw that it had little cupped leaves. I know I've seen this before, but I can't remember what it was. So I have two things that I drew that I'm going to have to go back and do some more research and figure out what they are. There's some other things in this area that I need to go back and sketch and map, including a whole patch of jack-in-the-pulpits. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oh, a whole bunch of jack-in-the-pulpits back here. And some other ferns. There's 2 different ferns growing here. You can see how this one gets so small at the end. That's the New York fern. And this one is a different fern. And this fern with a darker stem, you turn it over, you can just see the sori on the back. There's a lady fern. Well, I identified 3 out of 5 things on this page, and that's not so bad. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.